Good evening tonight. Everybody doing good out there. Me, I'm doing good. I'm blessed. Tonight, I want to talk about changing of the mindset. I talked to a lot of guys that I grew up with, guys that I met recently, doing my barbering career and working in hospitals over the years. And I've noticed people's mindsets are different. But, a lot of people where I come from, they have mindsets that's kind of, when you put it like this, when you go out of Chicago, you realize people are different. Their mindsets are different. They think different. A lot of people that I've known in Chicago got this tough guy mentality, this tough guy mindset, this, that nigga do something to me, I'm going to shoot him, or I'm going to do this or that. Excuse me for using profanity, the N-word. I take that back. I'm trying not to curse as much in this video as possible. But a lot of guys got this mindset, somebody do something to me, I'm going to do something to them, or I'm going to shoot up somebody, my thing is this. We had to change the way we think and operate out here and move and maneuver out here in the world. Because, I just think about people I grew up with. Guys that I grew up with, I've known did time in prison or doing time in prison. And when I think about how we all grew up, I just think it was the mindset that had a lot of guys that I know or grew up with caught up in them situations. And like I say, you don't want to live a hard, rough life or go through a lot of unnecessary changes if you can prevent them by just not thinking the way we was brought up to think. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. When I was younger, I thought hustling, selling drugs was cool. I thought if you worked a 9 to 5 or if you went to school, you was a lame. Now, I'm just telling you how I thought when I was younger. When I was like 14, 15, I used to ditch school every day. And it cost me, I ended up having to do another half a year in high school to graduate. But my freshman year of high school, all I wanted to do was stand on a block and hustle. That was my mentality. And that was the only thing I saw growing up because, you come from a household where that's all you see. That's all you're going to do, So that was my mentality. But I always knew in life, like, you want to do something better. You don't want to end up like your brother. See, at the time when I was in high school and hustling, I had a brother that was doing 10 years in prison. So it was like, that was always a thought. Like, I don't want to go to jail and be like my brother doing 10 years in prison. I'm going to see my brother in prison and in grammar school and high school. So it was like, I always knew I wanted a change in life. I wanted something different because growing up, that's all I was around, people doing stuff that they shouldn't have been doing, like hustling, selling drugs, doing drugs. So it was like, nah, that's not right. You don't want to live that type of lifestyle. So the mindset was changing as I was growing up. I got a job. Stop hustling. Well, I'm keeping it honest with you. I still hustled a little while. I always worked. I had a little job, And when I say hustling, I don't mean like selling drugs or nothing. I was selling T-shirts, things. I was just selling things to make money on the side. I always had a hustle besides working, but I did get a job and, I just wanted to work and just do something better. Because like I say, my mentality when I was younger, I thought working was for lames. As my mind started to mature, I knew working a job, you'll get somewhere in life. And that's what I did. I had a cousin, I'm not gonna say his name, hopefully, Frem, because he incarcerated now. Hopefully he come home. It's like he used to be mad that I used to go to work. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why this dude mad? I don't want to be on this corner every day like that. I want to work, get a paycheck, just live a honest life, And he was kind of upset about it, but hey, it is what it is, you got to work, and just like, man, my mindset was changing slowly but surely, and that's what I try to preach to people. We have to change the mindset, because thinking that you this big tough guy and you'll do this to somebody, or that's a path to destruction. No, you don't want to be tough and move like you this big time gangster out here. Oh, we in Chicago, this is Al Capone city, so we want to move like gangsters. Nah, you don't want to do that. You want to be smart and use your mind how you maneuver out here. Because people always say the strong survive. My ideology is the smart survive. If you have a brain and you can think and you can outthink people and you can outthink somebody, that you can live a more prosperous life and a more healthier life, and you won't go through a lot of unnecessary changes if you know how to use your mind. The mind is the most, I say this all the time, the mind is the most powerful tool that a person has. If you have a mind and you can think and you smart, you can, I don't want this to sound bad, and I probably said this in other videos, but you can manipulate anybody in any situation if you use your mind. You can manipulate a killer from killing you if you use your mind. Trust me, I know. You can manipulate you from doing something to somebody if you use your mind. Trust me, I know. You just got to use your mind. Like I say, your mind is the most powerful tool that you have on your body. And you have to grow it. You have to educate yourself. You have to read. You have to get knowledge and acquire knowledge and understand that thinking dumb will put you in bad situations, or thinking not using your mind will put you in bad situations when you are in situations. You have to be able to think your way out of situations. Like, I'm not finna do nothing crazy to nobody, even if they did something to me. Why? Why? And you do, like we was talking in the shop the other day. Now, they was talking about if they caught their wife in the house with a man, what would they do? And a lot of my clients were saying, like, well, they'll probably kill their wife or they'll kill the dude. And, me working at a hospital, I'm going to tell you a story too, what happened. Now, I was working at a hospital and we had to pull a guy out of a cot dead. He was deceased. So when I listened to his friend tell the story about what happened for him to, get killed, and rest in peace to that guy, man. That was a sad situation. I had to pull this guy out of a car deceased, and it was sad, man. I had to help the doctor. His blood was all on us, me and my co-workers. But, as the friend who drove him there was telling the story to the detectives, I was ear hustling. So that detective asked him what happened. This is what he said. He said, he was over him and his friend went over to this lady house. His friend was upstairs screwing the lady, like sleeping with the lady. So he said he went upstairs, the husband came home. The husband came home with his well, he didn't say this, but this is what I'm thinking. He came home from a long day of work with his lunch bag, you know what I'm saying? And he sees somebody sitting on his couch. He like, man, who the fuck are you? So the guy said, when the husband came in and asked him who the fuck was he went right upstairs to where he found his wife and the guy friend screwing. So the guy who was telling the story to the detective said they got to fighting. And he said his friend must have got the best of him, because after the friend started running down the stairs, so they both ran out the house. But as they running out the house, the husband was shooting at him. So he said when they was running to jump in the van, his friend got shot in the back, and the bullet went through his back and through his chest and killed him. And it was sad, man. Like I said, it was a sad story. And I was just like, wow. So I was just thinking, like, to go back to what we was talking about in the shop, that whole situation could have been avoided and prevented if the husband would have just used his mind. Now here it is, you took somebody's life. You can plead temporary insanity, crime of passion, but that ain't gonna bring that guy's life back that you took. You took this guy's life. Now his life is gone, and you also took your own life, because now you got to go to prison for what you did. And here it is, this guy probably still in prison, because this happened back some years ago, let's say about 6 years ago. He's probably still in prison for that. And you shot the man in the back, he was running. You're really gonna get time for that. I can see if he was facing you, you can say, well, I felt threatened. You can't even argue that, because you shot him in the back and the bullet went through his chest. I was blood everywhere, man. It was a sad scene, and the story was sad. And the next day, what was crazy about that story, the police, the dude was in the newspaper the next day. They didn't went and picked him up for the murder. And my thing is this. That could have all been prevented if the husband would have just used his mind. Look, man, you come home, of course, you catch your wife in bed doing, it's not this man's fault. This man just a man. Why send yourself to prison forever over something that your wife is bogus over? Why? Now you in prison. What you should have did was left her alone. All right, baby, you want to be a hoe. I'm gonna let you go. Plenty of other women out here. It's a million. Look, man, there's so many women out here, it's ridiculous. Probably a woman out there way 10 times better than your wife. You could have just went back to dating and bam, found the woman that was probably gonna treat you better, be better by you, take care of you, and you take care of her, and you could have had a peaceful life. But you snapped out, killed this man. Now your life is gone along with the guy life you took. Nah, and that's in them type of situations, you got to use your brain, man. You got to think. Look, I'm not killing nobody over no woman. For what? I'm not doing nothing that I haven't thought about continuously. You have to be smart out here. My whole point of this story is you have to use your mind and be smart out here. You can't do nothing stupid. You have to think, man. You got to be cerebral, especially when you're dealing with ignorant people or people that don't understand, life. They don't understand that ain't mature, that ain't grown mentally. Like, you got to understand, a lot of times you're dealing with people that haven't grown mentally, that haven't matured mentally. So them type of people, you got to handle them with caution. Then emotional people, like when you're dealing with women, not just women, because there's men out here too that's emotional. And then you have people that's out here that's emotionally unstable. Them people are scary. Because them the ones that are, man, look, you have to know how to deal with these type of people. Keep receipts. I say, don't engage with nobody that's not mentally developed. Don't engage with them fathers in a physical altercation or verbal altercation, because that can lead into something that you might put yourself in a bad situation. When you listen to somebody talk, you can tell right then and there what type of person that is. Okay, this person is emotionally unstable, or emotional person, or this person don't think right. This person don't have it all upstairs. So let me not even engage with this person, or let me not even communicate too much with this person, because this person, I call them ticking time bombs. Some people like that, they ready to pop off on anybody. So when you're dealing with somebody that's emotionally, mentally unstable, you have to be cautious of how you move around. You can't let them trigger you into a gun battle or fist fight, or you can't let them trigger you into something where you do something to them. Now you in jail and you regretting what you did. Like I say, you just gotta use your mind out here when you engaging and dealing with people, because people will trick you out of here, man. And you got to change your mindset. You can't be this. You gotta change the way you think. You can't think like, oh, I'm just this tough guy. Anybody do something to me, I'm gonna do this. I don't, because that ain't doing nothing but you gonna send yourself off. And you look up, you in the county with no bond, getting sentenced to 20, 15, 10 years. Now you done threw your life away. We got to be smart out here, man, because there's too many of us in the prison systems because of not using our mind and using our brain and thinking. As bad as enough as it is, people killing people, with guns, that white, supremacists just going to black neighborhoods, throwing crates of guns in the alley. They don't talk about that, but a lot of that's going on in Chicago. And I'm going to tell you why. A lot of these racists, they want us to kill each other. And people don't understand to see that, man. We have to understand that's what they want. So we can't give them what they want. Fathers kill each other. It's a lot of black on black crime, and they need to stop. It's sad. But one thing about us as black people, we have, not all of us, but a lot of us have like jealous hearts. You hate to see your brother up. And that's terrible. Because one thing about me that never been in my blood to, anybody I ever came across with, I had love for, I want to see you doing good in life. I want to see you up. I'm going to help you get up. That's the type of man I am. I don't want to see you out here down and messed up and be the nigga that be, yeah, man, that nigga messed up. Ooh, nah, that ain't me. Hey, I'm the type of brother, look, man, if I got an opportunity, or if I know some, if I'm networking, I know a opportunity where you can come up or get some type of paper or money or education or something, I'm gonna utilize that with you, and I'm gonna share the information. A lot of us don't like sharing stuff. And I'm gonna tell you, the ones that do. If you ever ask a man or a woman where they get something from, and they don't want to tell you, that's a red flag, man. You don't even want to be friends with nobody like that. Because if they your true homie or your true friend or your true girl, they gonna share that information with you. Only a hater that's low-key probably jealous of you ain't gonna tell you where they got that from, or what, they're not gonna share that information with you. And people like that, I don't even want in my circle. I don't even want to be around you. If you that type of person, I ask you, dang, man, those some nice shoes. Where you get that from? And you say some shit to me like, somewhere, or, man, I do my thing, or you get off the subject without telling me where you got it from, man, I don't even want to be around you, man. It's like you a low-key hater, or you jealous, or you just don't want to see your brother shine like you. And it shouldn't be that way. Because if you in a group of people, or you hanging with some guys and you say they're your homies, man, you want all y'all to shine, not just one. See, people who do that are, as Jay-Z called, crabs in the bucket or crabs in the barrel. I don't want to be around crabs in the barrel. I want to be around crabs outside the barrel. That's what you want to be around. You don't want to be around no crabs in the barrel. How y'all gonna grow if y'all still in this barrel? In order to grow, you gotta get out. You gotta venture out. You gotta explore. You'll never grow in a barrel. And most guys that when you ask them where they got something from and they don't want to tell you, them crabs in the barrel, man. You don't want to be around nobody like that. So you hanging around somebody like that, get away from them. I'm trying to tell y'all some game, man. People like that have jealous hearts. They low key don't want to see you shine. They just bad people, man. Because a real person, a real good people share that information with you, and they want to see you shine. So this, we got to change our mindset, man. That's part of the mindset, just crabs in the barrel, crabs in the bucket. They'll never grow, never get out because they stuck in a bucket. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, venturing out, seeing how other people live, and just understanding life different, looking at life differently, besides from a Chicago, Roseland point of view, I've learned a lot in life. And sometimes, I can see things before they happen, yeah, I can see things before they happen. I know how to not be around drama or trouble or things that'll send me to the prison or the county jail. You just gotta learn how to stay out the way. Like I say, you live longer, you prosper. You have to stay out the way, man, because people will trick you up out of here, man. It's sad, but it's unfortunately true. And a lot of people ain't fans of you. And a lot of people in your circle ain't fans of you. A lot of people that say they in your circle ain't fans of you. So you got to realize and understand that. And you got to know how to deal with people accordingly. You can't overlook things. You have to just, like I say, understand and change your mindset. You gotta change your mindset, because it's a sad cycle. It's a sad cycle out here, man, and people won't understand. Like, I gotta be this tough guy, man. Look, man, you don't gotta be a tough guy, but I'm gonna be honest, like, the religion and the path that I've chosen, not only that you don't have to be a tough guy, but you shouldn't fear anything. You shouldn't fear nothing in life. If you living with fear, man, I don't know what to tell you. You need to figure that out. But, you should never live in fear, but you should also understand and know you don't have to be a tough guy out here, or you don't have to do things that are, trick you out of here. Just stay out people's way, man, and just respect everybody. Hope they respect you, and just try to live a prosperous life, man, because trying to be a tough guy and live a gangster lifestyle, or still out here, 40 years old, 30 years old, gang banging, man, you need to change your mindset, man. Because that ain't the way to go. You got to be on some grown man stuff. Some grown man stuff. Taking care of your family, taking care of your kids. Buying you a house, buying you some property, some land, investing, growing your money. You have to think next level. You can't. Most people most people that haven't matured, them the ones doing all of the BS. I was watching this 50 Cent video. 50 Cent funny. He's like, you ever see the rich niggas starting? They in the club with bottles. That's how it be. People that's doing good in life, they don't start shit. They don't start stuff. They don't go around with this tough guy mentality. They don't go around doing stuff that's gonna trick them up out of here. They doing good. They got too much to lose. When you got so much to lose, you can't go out here doing nothing crazy and stupid. You have to be cerebral, man. You have to think. Me, I can think my way out of anything, and I use my mind. And when you use your mind and you think and you mature and you understand life and you understand consequences and repercussions behind actions you take, you know how to move accordingly. And that's what we need to do out here. I just want people to grow up, start moving accordingly, man, and change the mindset, man. That tough guy mentality ain't where it's at, man. Cause that don't do nothing but send you to jail or the grave. A lot of them dudes I knew was tough guys that was out here robbing, killing, stealing. If they ain't in jail, they dead. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a lifestyle I want to live. I'm a lover, not a killer. Or, I fight if, you know what I'm saying, somebody disrespect me or, somebody physically put their hands on you, now you got to defend yourself. Yeah, I beat you up. But hopefully I don't have to do that. Hopefully, we can just, as men should be able to talk things out and, squash their differences verbally without throwing hands, because I say, man, just, you just want to be out here, man. A lot of people is in prison or dead right now because of they not thinking or using their brain. Now, sometimes people get killed, it's because wrong place at the wrong time. I get it. I understand that. That happens a lot. But if it's a situation where you get shot because you got into an altercation with somebody, you could have prevented that by just walking away. Not showing, I'm a tough guy, I ain't no punk. Yeah, you might not be a punk, but this nigga got a switch in his pocket. You don't need, man, look, bro, I don't want no trouble. I just, man, look, I'm trying to make it home to my family, man. You got it, bro. This is your world, bro. Boom. That's how you squash that, man. But being a tough guy, trying to prove a point, try to prove to everybody that you tough and nah, man, that's going to trick you up out of here, man. You're going to be somewhere with no bond, fighting a murder case or fighting a case that now you done threw your life away. We have to be smart out here, man. And that's my talk for tonight. We have to be more cerebral, watch what we do, be mindful of what we do, understand that for every action, there's a reaction, and understand that every time you act, you have to be held accountable for your actions. So, you out here doing things, just know you're going to have to answer for them and be held accountable for them actions. Prime example, all these carjackings, these car thieves, these auto boys, they driving, crashing, then the police catch them, now they're in jail. Look, now you got to answer for that. You got to be held accountable for your action. Just understand that. And, try to avoid things, man. If it's something that's going to jam you up, try to avoid it. If you can't avoid it, hey, make sure you got a retainer and a good lawyer. Trust me when I tell you, because it's not fair out here, man. And, people losing their life, people going to jail and getting tricked off the streets every day. So you have to be smart, change your mindset, and just think before you do things, man. You ain't got to be a tough guy out here. You can you get a lot done by just using your mind. You ain't got to be out here proving to somebody you tough and hard. That shit we do when we kids. You're a grown man. You don't have to do all that. Who you want to prove to, you a tough guy. A lot of these guys don't even, a lot of these guys, man, they be thinking they tough guys, man. and they ain't even the real deal. I'm gonna just keep it real. You know, they not the real deal. You know, I've met some guys, man. Like I say, leaving the hood. You know, you meet some real guys, some guys that's really into them that life, and you know, they don't even be out here like that on that. They well respected. You know, they good guys, man. And when you see them, you be like, oh man, you know, these guys are good guys, man. They don't even be on that. And, you know, where you come from, the mentality is still like that. And it's like you understand that these guys ain't mature. They haven't grown mentally. So, like I say, man, we need to mature and mentally and grow up. And that's my talk for tonight. Tune in tomorrow, man. Peace.